All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we took a fucking amazing trade, May 24th, 2024. A 1 to 7.8 RR trade. It was taken on the Discord live as well every day. So here's the trade we took. I sent it in the chat as well, just so everyone can see if they're not on the live. We had an entry right here, and it hit all our take profits. So we're gonna be breaking down how I found this trade and what my thought process was for this. And yeah, let's get started. So I trade with order blocks. If you guys don't know, don't mind all the other backtesting stuff, but I trade with order blocks. Okay, we had an order block right over here, a retracement one, right? I have it marked out over here, retracement order block. And I originally wanted this because a regular order block is like my favorite setup. That gives me like the best plays. Almost always we get a banger play off of those. But we had a retracement order block over here. Market opened around, well, for me it was 6:30. I have it marked out right here. This gray area is like where it opens up. We basically want to see a dip back into an order block, fill of a 5 or 15 minute fair value gap, and then we take we get a break of structure, which is our last confluence. Then we want an entry into one more confluence and a reaction out of that confluence. So we had a one. I mainly find my order blocks in the 1 hour time frame. So here's the order block right here. See, we had the high right here, the green and black candle, and then the low, which is the black to the green candle. Marked it all out. And market open right here. Scale to the 15 minute. We had a fair value gap right here. We had a fair value gap right here as well. Ideally, you want to take it off the ones that were causing the move out of the order block, right? Because that's where the buying orders were originally, like, it's like untapped. The buying orders are really strong over here. It caused it to push out of the order block. So we want to push back into the order block, pick up some more orders from that similar area, and then ride the wave back up. Ride the wave up to the other resisting areas. So we scale to the 1 minute. We can see. Let's see what happened. Market open. We had some volatility. We had 7 o'clock news, by the way. Let me pull that up. We had 7 o'clock news today, 7 a.m. for me, which is 10 a.m. Eastern. Oh my god, my nose is stuffed. We had 7 a.m. news, consumer sentiment. So I'm for sure waiting for that to come out. It's really consumer sentiment is like almost always volatile. So we waited till 7 o'clock news, which is right here. But I make sure I want 6:30 a.m. to pass. Then I start looking for every confluence to get hit. Okay, so I wait for 6:30 to pass. Then I wait. Okay, we dip back into the order block. We dip back into a 15-minute fair value gap as well. And we had some overlapping fair value gaps. So I'm just marking it out. And we broke structure right here. First break of structure. After a flip, the 1 minute flipped. Right here at like literally 7 o'clock. 1 minute flipped. Now I want to wait for an extra confluence to get hit. That is my entry. I want to wait for an extra confluence to get hit and a reaction candle out of that area. So what do we see? We have a breaker block right here, and an order block as well, but the breaker block is pretty similar placement. We had a massive fair value gap from that break of structure candle because that was the 7 a.m. consumer sentiment candle. So look at this fat pumpy to the upside. Oops. So we waited for that. Waited for a dip back into here. And I entered off of this reaction candle out. This one I didn't really consider candle out. But yeah, I wait for a reaction candle out of our third confluence, and we got that with this candle. So as soon as I was about to enter, this candle opened because I kind of entered a little late, and it immediately fucking dropped down here. And that's kind of where I got filled, around this area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But got filled in around here, and we had our TP set based on our reversal areas, places where we think price has a potential to reverse. We had 5 minute. We looked at the 5 minute first because I normally like to look at the 5 minute first, but I found that the 15-minute time frame is the best for take profits for me. We had a really clean fair value gap right here, so I was like, I can't avoid that. So I had the what's it called? I had the line over here to the beginning of the fair value gap, and I always put my take profits most of the time at the top of fair value gaps because I always see that I tend to see that price goes to the reversal fair value gap just a little bit and then wicks it and comes all the way back down. Usually I see that happens. So that's what I set for my take profit, my 5-minute take profit. Then we had a 15-minute high, which is also a 5-minute high. Didn't know that. But we had the 15-minute high right here. Then we had the 15-minute top of this fair value gap and 15-minute high over here as well. These are really strong areas of liquidity price wants to push towards because I'm sure there's a lot of the way liquidity works is that there's a lot of resting orders at price levels like this. So price wants to push over there, fill in as many orders as they can into the direction that market makers want to move it. So in this case, I think, so I guess I would call this sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity. I don't know. Whatever. I've heard people say sell side, buy side. I don't fucking give a shit about any of that. I just call it liquidity. Okay. We had resting liquidity over here as well. And this was my last take profit because I had just enough contracts to do 4 TPs. Normally I like to do 5 or 6, but I ended up doing only 4 TPs. What do you know? We hit first. We were a little bit choppy after we broke structure, so I was like a little bit iffy, but we ended up breaking first. Ended up a little consolidation downtrend, then broke second, and we had these tiny little 1-minute candles to the upside until we hit all the way to our 3rd TP, and then eventually 4th TP. Look at that. Like, you can't not call me a sniper. Like, you see this shit? It hit 4th TP, literally dumpy right after. But yeah, so we hit 3rd TP, and then we're up here, and I had to go to the gym right after, so I pretty much exited my position around 9. So somewhere around like here, whatever. And it was a nice $2,200 day. It was a Friday today. Ended off the week really well. Jesus Christ, I hit my mic. Ended off the week really well, but yeah, that was pretty much my analysis for the day. I'm live pretty much every morning from 9:20 Eastern till an hour and a half into market open. But yeah, if you want to see more of these trades and want me to explain my strategy more, then let me know down in the comments if you're interested. Yeah, I'm gonna most likely I'm working on one actually, like a video breakdown of my order block strategy because I kind of tweaked my strategy. I used to trade more so with accumulations and consolidation breakouts, but I really like using this order block strategy, and I found it's a lot more profitable over like the current market conditions. So if you want me to break down how the order block strategy works, I'll make a video in detail explaining all the different concepts, how I take entries off my order blocks, how I draw them, all the different confluences I use, how I draw my fair value gaps, what time frames I like to look out for entries and TPs, because I don't always enter on the 1 minute. Sometimes I enter on the 5 minute, and I always enter with a daily bias. I forgot to mention my bias this morning was bullish because the 1 hour, because the 1 hour and 4 hour were bullish. My bias is mainly determined by the 4 hour and the one. See over here, we had a high. Green and black candle forms a high. The black and the green candle forms a low. So we had a high over here. Broke the high with this candle. And this pushed up even more. So my 4 hour time frame told me that today we're most likely having a bullish play. I took the 4 hour time frame. I looked at the 1 hour. All right, what does the 1 hour say? 1 hour was also bullish. See, we closed above these highs as well, and we did not flip bearish. So when that's the case, I take it off the 1 minute. If we have 1 minute, 1 hour opposite of the 4 hour, I take an entry off the 5 minute. Everything's the same except I take an entry off the 5 minute. And instead of a reaction candle out of my extra confluence after I get the break of structure, I scale down into the 1 minute after we tap into that extra confluence, and I find a break of structure instead of a reaction candle out like we would in the 1 minute. I look for that, and I enter off the break of structure on the 5 minute, and yeah, we would catch. And that's how I catch my trades if the hourly is opposing the 4 hour. So that's pretty much it for this trade. Nice $2,200. Great way to end the week. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.